Just do a test. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good afternoon, Turks and Caicos. I'm Jerome Harvey, the Acting Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Public Safety, Gender and Religious Affairs and Social Welfare. We're here today to provide a public update regarding the fire that occurred early this morning in the community of 5 Cays. So at this time, I'm going to invite the Honorable Minister Shaun the Minister of Public Safety, Gender and Religious Affairs and Social Welfare, to provide a statement. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Turks and Caicos. Thank you very much, Acting PS Harvey. First, I would like to say good afternoon to all the people in these Turks and Caicos Islands, from Salt Key to Grand Turk, South Caicos, Middle Caicos, North Caicos, Pine, Parrot Key, Ambergris Key, of course, here in Providenciales. This afternoon, I have a number of my technical team around me, From my far right, I have the acting permanent secretary in the Ministry of Public Safety, Gender and Religious Affairs and Social Welfare, Mr. Jerron Harvey. Next to me, we have Dr. Smith. He is our fire chief, the new fire chief here in these Turks and Caicos Islands within the ministry. I also have on my immediate left our Director of Family and Children Services in the ministry, Ms. Ashley Adams. And to my far left, next to her, we have our new Director of DDME here in the Turks and Caicos Islands, Mr. Jason Hills. Today, I stand before you as Minister of Public Safety with responsibility for fire and rescue in the services in these Turks and Caicos Islands. I also want to welcome the radio listeners from around these Turks and Caicos Islands and those that are listening outside of the Turks and Caicos Islands. I am speaking to you this afternoon following the major fire that has occurred in the Five Cays community during the early hours of this morning. I want to provide an update on what we know at this stage, speak to you on the support being provided to the families affected, and address the concerns that have been raised regarding the emergency response. Emergency personnel responded to the scene, including the Royal Turks and Caicos Islands Police Force, the Fire and Rescue Service, and the Airport Fire Service. At this time, the cause of the fire has not been determined. An investigation will be undertaken to establish how the fire started. And I want to encourage everyone to allow the process to take its course. It would be inappropriate to speculate about the cause before the relevant authorities have completed their work. Based on the assessments conducted so far, 28 families have been impacted and 13 homes have been destroyed. I want to speak directly to every person affected by this tragedy. Our thoughts are with you. Our Premier and First Lady, who is outside of the country, thoughts are with you. Our Acting Premier, the Honorable Jamel Robinson, and the entire cabinet of these Turks and Caicos Islands, our thoughts are with you. Your government stands with you during this very difficult time. We will do everything reasonably possible to assist you. Our immediate priority is to ensuring that the affected families are safe, supported, and cared for. Our social workers have been on the ground in Five Cays since around 4 a.m. this morning. They are providing psychological support and conducting needs assessments with effective households so that we can determine their immediate needs and coordinate the appropriate assistance. Shelters has been identified and will be provided to families requiring accommodation. We are also coordinating across government to address other immediate needs identified through these assessments. Our support will continue as the affected families begin the difficult process of recovery. I also want to address directly the concerns that have been expressed regarding the emergency response to this fire, particularly the response at this time. I've heard those concerns. We understand them, and we are addressing them. I have directed that the circumstances surrounding the response be reviewed as a matter of priority. At the same time, immediate attention is being given to our call out, mobilization, and escalation arrangements so that any issue requiring urgent attention can be addressed. This work is also form part of a broader effort already on the way to strengthen the fire and rescue services in these Turks and Caicos Islands. Our new fire chief, Dr. Smith, next to me, I can still smell the fire on him. He's been working all night, hands-on. He assumed the responsibility for the service on July 1st, yes, just over a month, and has been undertaking a review of this very critical department, including its operational arrangements, capacity, and requirements. Today's incident reinforced the importance of that work and the need to ensure that we have a fire and rescue service that is properly positioned to meet the needs of our very growing communities. As part of this work, we will examine the equipment, resources, and systems available to our firefighters. Our firefighters are called upon to protect lives, homes, and our communities, often under extremely difficult circumstances. We, therefore, have a responsibility to ensure that they are properly supported and equipped to perform the critical work we have asked of them. So as your minister, I want the public to know that the concerns arising from this incident will not be ignored. Where improvements are required, we will make them. Where additional resources are required, we will work to address them. Our focus is on strengthening the services and improving our emergency response capacity. I want to thank our firefighters. I want to thank the Royal Turks and Caicos Islands Police Force and the Airport Fire Services. Our social workers who've been working from morning and still are there working, and all the responsible personnel, including all of my cabinet colleagues. I also want to recognize the people of Five Cays. We have seen neighbors helping neighbors and members of the community stepping forward during this incredible, difficult situation. That sense of community is especially important at this time, in times such as this. And I thank everyone who have offered their assistance to the community of Five Cays. There will be further updates, Turks and Caicos, as the assessment continues and more information becomes available. this afternoon. However, my greatest concern, my government greatest concern, remains the 28 families whose lives has been disrupted, particularly those who have lost their homes. So those families, I want to reiterate that you are not alone. Your government, my government, will continue to work with you and support you through these days ahead. So may God continue to watch over you, over these families, over the community of 5 Cays, over these Turks and Caicos Islands. I now open, we have the press here, I have the technical team here, and I welcome questions from the press. Thank you.
Good day, Minister. Good day, everyone. You mentioned it's 28 families and 13 homes. Of that 28 families, could you give us an approximation of how many people from that 28 families? How many approximately? I know you may not know the exact number.
Yes, I do have the Director of Social Services, and she will be able to give you those detailed numbers, Ms. Ashley.
Good afternoon. So just a matter of clarification, it's 28 individuals. So right now we have 18 males and 10 females. We know at least one is a pregnant individual.
In the current situation that they're facing now, in the aftermath of the fire, what's happening with them right now?
So at current, the Felix Morley Community Center has been open as a distribution point. So individuals are there receiving warm meals and needed assistance.
And the minister also mentioned about shelters being identified for them. Are they at the shelters right now?
Currently, the shelters are under activation. So currently, they're at the Felix Morley Community Center.
You say when it would be ready for them to be deployed?
It will be ready within today.
Okay. The fire department, if they could, give us a little understanding of what time did they call, what time they, got there, when they went there, what did they see, and stuff like that.
Good morning. Let me first acknowledge the families that are lost at this time and those who have been affected. Our thoughts are with you. We received a call, I personally received a call at 1:51, correction. I received a call, the dispatch center, I should say, received a call, Central received a call 36 minutes after midnight. Police units arrived on the scene shortly thereafter. I was notified at 1:51 by the Airport Services Manager, Chief Hackett. I attempted to contact my team. I arrived on the scene within 7 minutes. Fire officers arrived on the scene. One off-duty firefighter arrived on scene at 2:11.
Just some of the challenges that you faced while you were there.
On arrival, we found multiple structures involved in fire with several exposures, as we call that. Other residencies, other occupancies, fully engulfed in fire. The primary attempt was to contain the fire and minimize the exposure with the limited staff that we had on scene. Our members continued to work throughout the morning, I should say. We were then supported by the Airport Fire Rescue, a total of 5 firefighters from the airport. So with that, our goal was to contain the fire, which we were able to successfully do that at about 5 o'clock in the morning, and subsequently return the scene over at about 6 o'clock this morning.
Good afternoon. Bill Chiara from Eagle Legal News. One of the questions I would like to ask is, how many fire trucks you have operational right now?
We have one water tender, and we have 0 fire trucks operating right now.
Can you explain why no fire trucks is available right now?
The greater than 20-year fire truck is out of service, deadline.
So both fire trucks that are currently in the Turks in Providenciales are out of service. What's the reason you say?
I'm explaining to you, sir, we have a water tender that is currently in service, and it serves its function as a pumper in the interim. The traditional firefighting apparatus is out of service, deadline.
Okay, out of service. What I'm trying to find out though, what reason is it out of service? Does it don't exist no more? It's not.
It's out of service for mechanical and multitude of other issues, sir.
That's what I was trying to get at. Okay. Your fire staff. How long have you been here, sir?
July 1st, sir.
July 1st. How many members of fire officers you get? Not considering the volunteers, those that are on staff firemen.
24.
You have 24 fire officers in Providenciales, or they spread out?
They're between Providenciales and Grand Turk, sir.
How many is on Providenciales?
There's about 13 or 14, sir.
And how many showed up last night or early this morning?
1.
One. And do you know why is that? Why that only that one individual showed up?
He was alerted by law enforcement, and he responded, sir, after hours.
Did you make any attempt to try to get the other officers?
Yes, I did.
And you were unsuccessful?
That is correct, sir.
Okay. Do you believe that your reason for being unsuccessful is because some of them are complaining that they are underpaid?
I can't make assumptions for them, sir. However, we do have challenges, multifaceted opportunities for improvement that I will continue to work on with the team.
And some of those challenges that any of your officers complained to you or brought to your attention that they feel they are underpaid?
We have addressed a multitude of issues, sir.
Does that include the underpayment?
Comprehensive amount of information has been ascertained since my short time here, sir.
Another issue of concerns from your officers is no overtime pay. In a situation like what happened last night, they're concerned that if they had gotten up and come, there's no payment for that at all. Do you know about that?
I'll defer to the minister, sir.
Before to the Honorable Minister. Okay.
Yes. Thank you very much. Ms. Arthur, as I said earlier, that I'm assessing the department. I became the minister 2 months ago. And so the fire chief has already, on day one, gotten his directive to do a total comprehensive review of the department, all its needs, resources, equipment. And as a matter of fact, the cabinet has just approved a brand new equipment just several days ago. You can't predict when we will have a fire. But one thing, as a new minister or fire chief, you have to assess what you're working with. That has been done, and we are working expeditiously because, of course, we know safety is very critical and very important. But then there is processes. You can order a fire truck today. It's a special vehicle, and so it's not on shelf. You can just walk into a parking lot and say, I want a fire truck. So, and generally that takes about 12 to 15 months to be made available. But we are moving in the direction to improve fire safety across these Turks and Caicos Islands. And I expect that report. I've asked for him to give it in his first 2 months in office. And so I expect a report very shortly, but rest assured, the review and the reforming and restructuring of the fire services within these Turks and Caicos Islands is one of my top priority as minister, and of course my government top priority.
Honorable Malcolm, before you leave. Okay. Honorable Malcolm, before you leave, they're asking that we wrap up now. Can you say before we go, who was the minister before you took over this department, the fire department?
Well, I mean, everyone knows who was the prior minister, But in government, there's continuity. And I'm sure that the last minister had this in view and reviewing
was headed.
the department. So it's continuity, I just continuing the work.
Okay, gotcha.
And we should see vast
And you would say
improvement.
you aggressively moving
Oh, yes,
forward on this,
very much
as
so.
you indicated.
And last night just reinforced that drive to get it fixed
Thank you very
as soon
much,
as possible.
Minister. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you. So I want to thank the people of the Turks and Caicos Islands. I want to thank RTC and the Media Corps for being here today. Just rest assured that your government has this matter in control. And I think before I wrap up, I should allow the new director of DDME give you an update as it relates on the shelter.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Good afternoon to the Turks and Caicos. With regards to shelter, we have identified at least 2 likely shelters. It's about gaining access and authority to use the shelters at this point in time. Some have some conflicts, but we are diffusing those, and we've had the shelter and welfare subcommittee doing the liaison for us to activate the shelter so that the persons who have been affected will be in a shelter by close of business today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Again, on behalf of the Premier and the Cabinet, and by extension the government of the Turks and Caicos Islands, we thank you. We want the people again in 5 Keys to be reassured that we are with you and we are addressing your concern. Stay tuned for the next update coming from the ministry. So may God bless all of you, and may God forever bless these Turks and Caicos Islands. Thank you.